what would you do if I said, I'm going to give you an extra $1,000 a month, extra, over and above what you're already earning today, with everything that you do? What would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? What could that allow you to do?
Well, I knew I didn't need a new vehicle because I totaled my truck last year, and I've been driving one that we picked up for the interim, but I'd be driving a new Jeep 4-door Wrangler if you gave me $1,000 a month.
A new Jeep. For those of you that are listening right now on Facebook, those of you that are listening live, those of you that are listening to the recording, think about it for a moment. Just pause the recording and just think, what would $1,000 a month do for you and your family? Maybe you need a new car like Rennie. Maybe you're satisfied with the vehicle you have. I wouldn't need a new car, but boy, there's with an extra $1,000 a month, I know that I would probably, pay off some debt, and my goal last year was to become debt free. And with COVID, it just, there's just some little complications here and there that didn't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
So, hey, Katie, I was just asking Rennie, we were just discussing, what would you do if I said, hey, I'm going to give you an extra $1,000 a month over and above what you're earning already with everything that you do? We all have multiple streams of income, but what would you do if you got an extra $1,000 a month?
Well, I'd say fantastic, because, my mortgage is only $1,100 a month. So to nearly pay for my whole mortgage.
There you go. So you do like me, you pay off some debt and use it for, paying off some of the bills that you already have.
Yeah. I mean, $1,000 a month is great, and it's really interesting because I was listening to this YouTuber who is into making lots of money. He's into the cryptocurrencies, but he said to get really wealthy, what he'd come up with the idea was find multiple ways to earn, at least $500 a month. So, it's about having those multiple streams of income. So you've got your job, obviously, if people are working, and then you look for other ways to be generating 500 plus a month from other sources. And if you add them all together, yeah, and that's how he actually got really wealthy, is by creating.
Great idea. So what you're saying is that he didn't go into something like Sizzle saying that, hey, I'm going to make 10 grand a month.
No.
He went into Sizzle and he said, I'm going to make an extra $500 a month. 500.
Yep.
Not 1,000. 500. He went in and he said, I'm going to make an extra $500 a month. And then he went out and he found some other things. And so he probably had like 6 or 7 different things that he was making $500 to $1,000 a month.
Yeah. And then he could build on those. And he said that's how he created wealth. So really interesting person, because he's really young. He's only 24, but super switched on and knowledgeable. But yeah, I like that idea. And I just think, we don't need to go for like pie in the sky kind of stuff, start, make it a achievable goal, and so
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, and I know the two of you have looked at this comp plan like I have. You've kind of analyzed it, and you could probably talk about it, the little things about it. But really, bottom line is that our comp plan is built around building teams of 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I mean, our whole comp plan, like if you think of it like building a brick wall, building a foundation for your house, you build it one brick at a time. You don't take and throw 10 bricks down all at once. You throw one down at a time, and each brick is made up of 3 people.
Yeah.
Right. And so when I joined, we had a little bit different comp plan. You had to build wide, and with Sizzle, and then they changed to this comp plan, and I looked at it, and right away I noticed, wow, you can build this thing with 3 people.
Yeah.
And there's some reasons that you really should try and build 2 teams of 3. But because of the wealth builder plan, you really open up some of the other compensation plan part of it when you get 6 people. But 3 people, Katie, you and I figured it out one day. With 3 people, you can generate an income of up to $10,000 a month, can't you?
Yeah. Actually, the truth is you can actually do it with two as well. You can do it with yourself and one other. 3 is better because you've got that little bit of leeway. But, at 2 people, the comp plan pays down to, if you're a 2-star master, and I think the person from Japan I think he was 2-star, I'm pretty sure he was. But, if you're a 2-star master, you get paid 7 levels deep. So you get paid to the maximum depth of the comp plan, So
but you're missing out. You're missing out on some pieces of the comp plan. I like to tell people that you don't want to leave any money on the table.
Well, that's true.
And 3 gives you all the profit centers.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, you can do it with 2, but we want to get people to think of teams of 3.
Yeah, it's
Right.
definitely.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I've been talking about it. I've been talking about this for years since we came out with this new comp plan, 3 years ago or whatever it was, maybe 4 years ago. And the deal about the comp plan is that you got to start out right. You got to set the foundation, because people are going to do what you do. They're not going to do what you say.
That's right.
If I'm a minimizer and I come in and I say, oh, I'm gonna build 2 teams, but then I tell Katie, I want you to build 3.
Yeah.
Well, Katie's gonna look at me and she's gonna say, well, why did you only build 2?
That's right.
And Katie might think, well, I'll never know that she only has 2. But really, people find out. You can't hide things. In today's world, nothing's hidden.
Yeah.
Nothing's hidden, right? So I try and tell people, do what you want other people to do. And so you build 3 strong teams, and what you do is that it's not going to be the first 3 people that you find. I mean,
True.
I remember when I got into network marketing years ago, the first 3 people that I enrolled, really didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I remember I think it was the 4th person I enrolled. He enrolled another guy, and that guy called me up and he enrolled 3 people.
Right.
And he called me up and he said, they're not doing anything. I said, well, that's because you're not doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. He enrolled his 3, and then he just sat back and he thought, well, I've got my 3 people, just like you said, Kurt.
Yes.
And I said to him, but you didn't enroll the right 3. See, there's a difference. And how do you know if it's the right 3? How do you know if it's the right one? How do I know that Katie was one of the people that is going to go out and do it? Well, the answer to that is I watch her and she's doing it. How do I know that Rennie is going to be one of the ones? Well, she does it. I don't have to sit there and prod her. I don't have to hit her with a cow poker and zap her with the electric cow prodder. They just go out and do it. And so that's how you know. And some people might be late bloomers. Like, you might bring somebody on board and they sit there for a year and they don't do anything. Well, are you going to sit around and wait for them to get busy? No. You're going to go out and look for somebody else, and you're going to keep building and building and building. But we do have some options of what we can do with, and we can build teams, right? And so, Katie's not front line to me. Rennie's not front line to me, right? They're business builders. They're on separate teams. And so you want to go out and build and look for people that are going to go to work. And sometimes you think somebody's going to go to work and they don't, or some people, they get distracted. Life kind of has a way of getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come on board, you want to buy the wealth builder pack. You want to come in, you want to be a wealth builder right away. You want to do it when you sign up. Don't come in and say, well, I'm just gonna look it over. I'm going to test the water. You don't want to do that. You want to come in as a wealth builder because, you're not coming on board to try the products, and we all want to be products of the products, but you're building a business, right? It doesn't matter if you like all the products. I mean, there's some products that I don't use.
Yeah.
They're great products, but I don't use them. And I may buy products from another company for some of the things that because I like them. I like different things. They work better for me. We're all different, right? But you find those products that you can't live without. And
Yeah,
we
you
have
can.
those products. But
Yeah.
you come in as a wealth builder, you get the products, you share them, you do whatever, but then you bring on your 3 people that are going to do the same thing. And so I always say the first thing that you look for is you find 3 people that have that understanding that it's a business.
Mhm.
And you have to have some inventory, and you have to start out right, and you have to have some startup costs. Well, the wealth builder package is it's startup costs. That's the startup cost to starting your business. So, I'm just going to say it's less than $500, because each of the wealth builder packs has a different cost. And so as we look at it, and in Australia, it's a little bit different. In Canada, it's a little bit different. But the wealth builder has 300 PV approximately, and that's where you want to start. And then you look at your overhead. And each month you have overhead, and your overhead, I've run my own business since I was 24 years old, and you have overhead. In this business, you have an overhead of, again, less than $500 a month. So 300 PV, and you just do that. And you're looking for people that understand the whole concept of the startup cost and the overhead costs. And that's how you build it. But so you find 3 that understand that, and they do that. And part of the understanding is they're going to go out and find their 3. And then you find 2 other people that do the exact same thing, that understand that concept. And then they have to find 3 people that understand that concept. Along the way, you're going to find people who just say, oh, I want to try the toothpaste. Oh, I want to try the skincare products. Oh, I want to try that weight loss product, things like that. And that's all right, because 85% of our paycheck is made up of customers. 5% of our paycheck is actually made up of those people who are actually going out and building the business. People like Rennie and Katie are part of my 5%. But they go out and find other customers. And so 85% of your paycheck is going to be built up of customers, but it's the 5% who go out and find the 85%. And that's what builds your check really, really big. But let's just say that we built 3, and then we find 3, and then we find 3 more, and we find 3 more, right? So you do that 4 levels deep, 3 who find 3 who find 3, right? That's 4 levels deep. That's 39 people. And on that 39, when you get 39 people who each are spending that 300 PV per month, you're going to be making, with bonuses, you're actually going to be over $1,000 a month, but you're going to be roughly making about $1,000 a month once you subtract your product cost, your 300 PV per month. And like Rennie said, if she found 3 people who understood this, she'd go out and buy a new Jeep. That's what she'd spend her money on. She already knows. She's already envisioned that. Katie's already envisioned that if she goes out and finds 3 people who go out and do this, she's going to start making her mortgage payment with it, right? Myself, an extra $1,000 a month over and above what I'm already making. What am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to put it away. I'll turn 60 this year. Can you believe it? I'm going to turn 60 this year, and I've never worked for somebody else. And Katie, I know in Australia the government puts money away for you, but here in the United States, really, we don't get a lot of money when we retire unless we're savers ourselves. And I've had a few things happen, my motorcycle accident, things like that, where I've wiped out most of my savings, and so I'm rebuilding. So I've got 5 years, really 5 to 10 years to put away all that money that I'm going to need to live to be 110 years old. Because that's my goal. I got almost half my life ahead of me. And I got to plan on it. So in the next 5 to 10 years, I got to put away enough money that's going to pay for me to live for the last half of my life. And so I'm going to go out and build multiple teams of 3. I don't just stop with 3. I'm going to go out and find 3 more. And then when I find 3 more, I'm going to find 3 more. And I'm going to find 3 more. And I'm going to build on that. And that's the whole concept of this thing. And so when you hear me talking about going out and building an extra $1,000 a month, you notice I didn't have to get into the comp plan.
Yeah.
I didn't have to sit here and break down the 8 different profit centers. I didn't have to tell you what a wealth builder is. I didn't have to tell you anything about anything. I just said, can you find 3 people that have the concept that this is the business and there's going to be startup costs less than $500. There's going to be monthly costs less than $500. Katie, I'm done on time this time for the very first time.
Excellent. Great. All right. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Rennie. So, talking about a business, you want to have really good products that you're promoting, that you're sharing. You want them to add value to people's lives. You want them to work. You want them to be unique, and you want to, have a happy customers as well as happy business builders. So that leads me into sharing the information today about our favorite product, our flagship product for Sizzle, which is the Age Pill. So I'm just bringing up the slides here. And I love this product. I think everyone in our team, Kurt, loves this product. It gets great results. It's the type of product people can take and they notice benefit straight away, especially if you follow the recommendations in terms of the dosage. Even more so if you follow, if you decide personally that you want to try a double dose, that's what I did. And so the results are just quite profound for many people and have been life-changing. I mean, Kurt, how many testimonial calls have we done with people sharing testimonies on this product? We've got hundreds, really.
Hundreds, yeah. We probably got just our team alone, without even extracting from other teams in Sizzle. Just with our team alone, I bet we have 500 testimonials on this one product.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. This product really helps so many things. So let's just get into it. We're going to keep this fairly short here. We've got 15 minutes. And just before I get into the content, I just wanted to say none of the information shared today about the Age Pill is designed to prevent, cure, or treat any disease. We're not making medical claims. Should check with your doctor before taking supplements, particularly if you're taking medications and unwell. And the information is presented for educational purposes. So do your own research and consult your healthcare provider. This slide here, I put this in as a beginning slide because hopefully you can see it. Let me just minimize my windows here. Yeah, this is a slide just showing that what happens as we age. Did you know that as a teenager, Kurt, you can actually hear high frequency sounds above 20 hertz. And then as you move into your 20s, that ability disappears. So we're already things are starting to happen. The real start of aging actually is mid-20s. So for a female and a male, they actually say for a female, it's about 23. For a male, it's 25. You're at your optimum. You're at your peak. You're at your genetic best at that age. Everything is fantastic at that age. And then slowly things start to go downhill because of the effects of aging. So the first thing we notice is things like wrinkles. Of course, being exposed to the sun is one of the fastest ways to age skin. Fertility starts to decline for females around, it says it peaks in the mid-20s, so in the 30s, 40s, and obviously once a female moves into menopause, but fertility declines. You actually start to lose muscle mass around 30. You can actually start to drop in your muscle mass. Then people tend to get gray hair around 50 as an average. You've got menopause. You can have arthritis, hearing loss. You start to have eye problems, and it goes on and on. So the great thing about the Age Pill is it really helps to support our body during the aging process, and it can help to support the body to slow things down and just make people feel younger, look younger, and feel better. So one of the things the Age Pill does is it helps to self-cleanse. Self-cleansing is where the cells have the ability to clean out all the muck and gunk. And the older you are, the less ability your cells have to do this. It gets more and more difficult for your body to detox itself as you age. So there's even more reason to support your body from a nutritional perspective as you age. So the older you get, the worse this gets. And as time passes on, the cells become weaker, the waste materials build up, and a lot of the waste materials in the form of a substance called lipofusion and glycation. So our product's called the Age Pill. It stands for advanced, now I've just had a mental block, anti-glycation extreme. Is that right, Kurt? I just had a mental block for a second.
Yep, advanced glycation extreme.
Thank you. So it's about removing all that glycation, and it also removes the lipofusion as well. One of the other great things that the Age Pill does is support NAD in our body. So NAD has been scientifically proven to extend the life of mammals and protect against DNA and cellular damage. It is a key driver in age-related disease. So if we can boost our NAD levels naturally, support our body to do that, which is what this product can do, we're going to overall just get better health, and it's going to support that aging process to really slow it down. NAD supports every aspect of your body. So, it supports cell signaling. It's actually a coenzyme that's present in all living cells. It helps to support telomeres, neurotransmitters, longevity, your energy levels, your chromosomes. It's just fantastic to really be supporting healthy levels of NAD. If you tried to get it from your diet, you'd have to drink about 250 glasses of milk, because milk's actually the highest, the product that, or the food that you can actually drink that actually has, I guess, the precursors to NAD. It doesn't actually have NAD in it, but it's really not achievable. So to drink that much. So this is why having a product like the Age Pill is really great, because it has ingredients in there. It's got the ribose in there and the niacinamide. They combined to form nicotinamide riboside. And that really goes to work to support the body to boost NAD levels. So you can see NAD levels decline as we age. So the older you get, the less energy you have. And we want to be vibrant, full of energy as we age. We want to get out and do things. Really, we want the latter part of our life to be the best part of our life, where we're much more knowledgeable, we're wiser, we've got more experience, and we want to still enjoy our life. But unfortunately, as we age, the NAD levels also decline. So what can we do to boost those levels? So the Age Pill definitely can come in and go to work in your body and support your body. And again, you can see that they rapidly decline. The older you are, the less NAD you have. So it's needed for cellular function, and the decline speeds up also if you drink too much and you stay in the sun and you don't look after yourself. So this is another reason I really like using the Sizzle products as well as combining lifestyle, I guess, things that you can do to improve your overall health. Your exercise, you want to do some meditation, getting enough sleep, managing your stress. Now, I put this picture in here to show you, that's just a lot of gunk built up in a pipe. So as we age, gunk builds up in the body much the same. Arteries can become more blocked, cells can become full of cellular waste, and it becomes a real problem because it actually affects our health. Even though we can't see it, it's happening on the inside. So the Age Pill has ingredients that support the body to remove AGEs, advanced glycation end products. So this is really important because these build up in the cells. And so, I couldn't believe I had a mental block before. Advanced glycation extreme is what the Age Pill stands for. So you can see the damage that AGEs do to the body. Here, this is a slide. And if I just go down to the bottom bit, AGEs contribute to cardiovascular disease, diabetes, kidney disease, Alzheimer's, rheumatoid arthritis, inflammation in the body, a whole bunch of things. So if we can do anything to support the body to remove these AGEs, then this is going to make us feel better overall. AGEs also come from the foods that we eat. So if we're eating foods that are fried or grilled, all that bronzing and browning food, roast food, that actually contains a lot of AGEs. And so we're actually putting more into our body. The best ways to cook to avoid those AGEs is steaming, poaching, stewing, boiling, ways that you actually keep a lot of water in the food and you don't let that food go brown and dry out. So since learning about this, I do this in combination with taking the Age Pill. I actually do most of my cooking either steaming, poaching, or boiling. So I always try and keep the bronzing out of the foods. And that obviously contributes to inflammation in the body, dysfunction, and all sorts of problems. So this slide I added in because this is a cross-section of a person with Alzheimer's, who had Alzheimer's, obviously, because the person is deceased, otherwise we wouldn't be looking at the picture. The bottom picture is the person with Alzheimer's and the top picture is the person without Alzheimer's. Now, these are the little tiny arteries that exist in your brain. So we think about arteries and getting heart disease and our heart, getting affected. But if your heart's getting affected, your brain's getting affected too, because you have arteries that carry blood flow through your brain that is required for you to think and is required for your memory. So this is really important. And so you can see that the person with Alzheimer's, their arteries in their brain are quite blocked. You can see there's really no blood flow that's going to get through some of those. So if you don't have blood flowing through your brain, you're not going to be able to think. You're not going to be able to remember things. So we want to think about keeping our arteries healthy, not only for our heart, but for our brain. And the great thing about the age pill, we can't make any claims at all, but the AGEs, the lipofusion and the glycation, if I just go back a slide, actually contributes to the buildup of that plaque. I mean, there's other factors too. Diet is obviously really important, and saturated fats, things like that. But the glycation and lipofusion can contribute to the buildup in these arteries. So if we can take something to support our body in addition to doing other things, I think that can only be a great thing. AGEs can also damage the eyes and cause, eye problems with eyesight. So there's lots of great things that the age pill can do to support our body in helping us address these things. So the age pill also has ingredients to support the removal of lipofusion, which is another waste product. Lipofusion cannot be broken down, and it does accumulate more as we age. The older we get, the worse things get, and in terms of the aging process. And so we really want to do everything we can to support our body. So the pigments actually build up, and lipofusion is considered the wear and tear pigment, and it's found in the liver, it's found in the kidney, it's found in the heart, muscle, retina, the eyes, adrenals, nerve cells, ganglion cells. It's found everywhere in the body. And the great thing is that, we want to support the body to remove this substance. So you can see here, it's just showing you what lipofusion looks like under a microscope. And here you can also see lipofusion, the difference between a 54 and a 76-year-old, a lot more buildup. It actually is seen in the skin as the first place you'll see it. So here you can see this person with the brown spots on the back of their hand. That's the lipofusion building up. I've actually got one little spot on my face. The other thing that contributes to lipofusion is sun. So when you've got the internal stuff going on, if you add sunlight and you go out and put yourself in the sun all the time, you're going to amplify the effects of that from a visual perspective. So we also want to be mindful of that. So there's another great picture just showing you internally and externally what's going on with the lipofusion. Lipofusion builds up in the heart muscle. So it just goes everywhere. As I've talked about, it goes into every organ of the body. And again, we just want to think about this as those waste products building up in our body as we age. What can we do to support our body to remove that waste product? So now I'm just going to jump into a few testimonials. So this is Anthony. I love it. This picture is one of my favorite testimonials. Thank you to Leanne for asking her. So he was on the age pill in this photo for 5 months, and he is actually a type 1 diabetic. And diabetics tend to have more AGEs than other people because their body has problems with sugar regulation, and that contributes to the glycation in the body. So they can get even better results. And you can see in the photo on the left compared to the right, just significant results in his skin. The appearance of his skin looks better. The appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. I mean, he looks 15 years younger. This is absolutely extraordinary. He did take the other 3 products, Eternity, Fucoidin, and Spectromax, in combination with the age pill. But he's just absolutely delighted with the results. And he also noticed he felt better, and he felt he could think clearer as well. So just fantastic testimonial there. I love this one. This was from a friend in Vietnam. And, really can't say too much about it other than the pictures say 1,000 words. The person was not feeling well, obviously sleeping all the time in bed. And then after taking the product, felt much more energized, up and about, and, just feeling great. And so they actually titled this testimonial as Back from the Dead. So really fantastic testimonial there. Another great one here we've got with the skin. So she was taking 12 a day. She's pulling a little bit of a face in the left one, but you can see that the skin overall is much better, clearer, looks younger. The fine lines and wrinkles have diminished a lot. So that was the last one I want to share. And for me, I've just had great results with it. The other great thing, a lot of people, do you want to talk a little bit about it, Kurt, and just finish off? We've got 2 minutes, and say anything you'd like to add.
You know, Katie, I just was looking at those slides and I was thinking, wow,
Yeah.
you know, every time I look in the mirror, I think, you know, when I think of a 60-year-old, I think of somebody that's got, you know, more wrinkles and things like that. And I have people, women coming up to me quite often, you know, at least once a month, somebody's going to come up to me and they say, what are you using on your skin?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I tend to forget to mention the age bill. I talk about all the great products that Sizzle has for skincare. And now with the new collagen product too, you know, I talk about that. But yeah, we ought to, you know, talk about that a lot more. Don't you think, Rennie?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the longer you're on the age, the better you feel.
Yeah, definitely. It's not, you know, I always worry about running out. I've always got at least 4 bottles on hand. I'm just not going to run out of that product. I love it so much. And, you know, for me, and I know for other people in my team, they really love the mood boost that they feel from it. So after taking it, it really helps with a balancing mood and how you feel. And I think, you know, it's really important when we move through life, everything's based on, well, how do we feel? So it's just a great product. So I think, yeah, I'll leave it there, Kurt. We're right on the half hour, and great start to the new year.
Rennie, what do you got to say?
Well, I use 12 a day. I always have since came out with 2017 now.
Mhm.
Here we go in another year. And yes, you do. You look better, you feel better. It's just definitely, as Katie says, a flagship product, and you can't go wrong. And it's available in the 6-pack at a really great price. And there's 3 months supply for you. So
Yeah, fantastic.
That's right. You know, so yeah, you know, Rennie, like I think what you're trying to get at is that you can start out your business with just this one product. You can get 6 bottles of this. You can sell it to people that you know, because there's always those people who just don't want to get involved with a network marketing company. They don't understand the concept. And you don't want to try and convince them. So sometimes you just say, here, I'm just going to sell you a bottle. I'll sell you 2 bottles, and I'll do that every month. And then you go back and you buy just 6 bottles every single month. And there's your 300 PV right there.
Mhm.
There's your business, and you don't have to learn about any products except for the one.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Well, Rachel Lee, thank you. Happy New Year to you as well, and you know, we're looking forward to seeing that new baby soon here. So yeah, new baby for 2022.
Great. Good day.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching the video.
Bye.
hi, happy weekend.